should... Oh, this must be the spot. I'm so sorry. You'll have to excuse my confusion. They just called me in a few hours ago as a substitute storyteller. I'm not really sure what happened. Something about the last one quitting out of the blue? Very mysterious, you ask me. Now, let me see. They told me I'd find my stories somewhere around here. Ah, yes, here they are. Oh, yes, my favorite, fairy tales. You know, when I was little, whenever I heard the phrase, once upon a time, it would just send shivers right through me. I just couldn't wait to hear what happened next. And now, here I am, saying it to you. And you must be just as excited as I am to find out how things will work out. Let's start with Cinderella, shall we? Once upon a time, there was a beautiful girl named Cinderella. Cinderella had two stepsisters who were very unkind to her. They made her do all the work. Cinderella had to sweep the floors, wash the dishes, and do the laundry, while her stepsisters relaxed on the sofa and went to grand parties.
Hold on, I don't see why everyone thinks I was forced into doing housework. I love to clean. It's absolutely invigorating. And just the thought of getting things in order and organized just melts my stress away.
Excuse me? Are you Cinderella?
Of course. Can you tell by my monogrammed mop bucket?
Oh, yes, I guess I should have spotted that.
First day on the job?
Yes, and I have to admit, I'm a little confused. Did you just say you like to clean?
That's right, and I'm starting with this floor. It's filthy. Feel free to continue with the story, though.
Well, all right. One day, a special invitation from the royal palace came in the mail. Cinderella and her two stepsisters were invited to the ball to celebrate the birthday of the prince. He was the most handsome fellow in all the land.
Huh? He isn't much to look at, if you ask me. He's got untidy hair, dirt under his fingernails, and I know for a fact that he doesn't make his bed. The royal maids told me so.
But he's a prince. He shouldn't have to make his own bed.
Well, maybe if he wasn't so busy acting like Prince Charming, he would have the time to fold his underwear properly and put them away. I hear he just leaves them draped all over the place.
Really?
Oh yes, and do you want to know what else?
What's that?
I don't care to step one big toe into that royal palace. The floors are polished once a year, the mantelpieces are dusted once a month, the kitchen ovens are a blackened mess, and hey, what are you doing?
Well, I'm trying to look for a new fairy tale. I just don't think this one's very accurate.
Well, I agree with you there, but wait, you're making a mess. These books need to stay in order. You should arrange them by size or alphabetically or, ooh, maybe by the color of the spine.
I think we're getting a little off track here.
You're right, we need to focus. You continue with the story and I'll just tidy up.
All right. I'll give this another try.
Absolutely, go on.
So Cinderella's two stepsisters went off to the ball, and Cinderella was left to clean the bathroom, which was one of her favorite things to do. No sooner than she began to polish the potty, and her fairy godmother appeared. She gave Cinderella a beautiful gown
That desperately needed dry cleaning.
and a carriage,
That had the grimiest wheels you ever saw.
and told her she mustn't stay past midnight at the ball.
Which I never want to go in the first place.
Oh boy, this really isn't working out. Maybe I really should move on to another fairy tale.
Oh, no you don't. Not until I've tackled this wall. It's been vandalized.
Actually, some people consider graffiti to be its own unique form of art.
Well, those people must be complete slobs because I don't consider anything but a complete mess.
Well, I don't want to spend time arguing. How about I move on to another fairy tale, and you'll feel free to go and...
Organize my spice rack.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea.
So I can leave you here and count on things to get cleaned up when you're done.
Absolutely.
Okay, I'm off then. Have fun with this new storyteller job and all. Shall I leave my Mr. Clean Bubble eraser with you?
Thank you, but I don't think I'll need it.
Okay, I'm off. Ooh, maybe I'll have time to scrub my tub with a toothbrush.
Well, I never expected Cinderella to be a clean freak. I guess I shouldn't make too many assumptions about the stars of these fairy tales. But let's start with the next story, shall we? Once upon a time, oh, I do still like the sound of that, there was an evil enchantress who had a daughter named Rapunzel.
Storyteller, because I know the perfect person to play the evil enchantress. My ex-friend Rachel, that's right, my ex-friend. Can you believe it? She calls me up the other day and tells me she has to out Prince Frederick, who she knows I've had a crush on since our first day at the Royal Academy.
Rapunzel?
Duh.
Well, I'm sorry about your ex-friend, but would you have any corrections to make to this fairy tale? Anything amiss?
No?
Oh, good. May I continue then?
I guess.
Unable to have any children, the evil enchantress had taken Rapunzel from the poor old couple when she was just a baby.
Well, that sounds about right. I could totally see Rachel doing something like that.
And Rapunzel grew into a beautiful young woman.
So far, you're reading it perfectly.
Since Rapunzel was so attractive, the evil enchantress locked Rapunzel away in a tall tower with no stairs or door, so there was no chance a prince could steal her away.
I hate this part. I'm stuck up there in that stinky old tower, and no one's returning my calls, and it's just so boring. By the way, when is lunch? I was told this was going to be catered, and I'm famished.
Well, I hadn't heard anything about a lunch break.
Aren't you in charge around here?
Not really. I'm just a substitute storyteller.
So you have no real authority then?
Well, I'm doing the narrating.
Let me talk to your boss.
I'm not sure who that would be.
I want to speak with the one who makes the important decisions around here, the one who does the hiring and the firing.
Oh, Rapunzel, I'm so sorry. If I've offended you somehow, I'm really, really sorry. It's my first day on the job and...
Fine. Continue with my story.
Yes, of course. But at the top of the tower, there was a tiny window where the extremely beautiful and multi-talented princess could look over the countryside.
That is one thing the real estate agent was right about. It did have a lovely view.
Whenever the evil enchantress wanted to check on Rapunzel, she would cry, Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your hair.
And can you believe they actually slid that clause into my contract? That I had to let someone climb my hair. I can't imagine why I couldn't have had a hair double or something. The things I do for this business.
That's terrible.
Well, go on.
So Rapunzel let her long hair down and...
You know, let me just summarize this next part for you.
All right.
Well, first of all, I'll have you know, it was just a couple of days, and then I was so sick of having to repeat the scene where my hair is getting ripped out of my scalp that I just walked off set. I mean, really, if they expect me to stand around for that sort of torture, they better be prepared to offer me a much bigger share of the royalties.
Of course.
Then, they hired this little pipsqueak to play the prince, who's supposed to be riding through the forest and then stopping at the tower when he hears me singing. Well, the wimp can't even stay on his horse. He keeps falling off, and we have to keep restarting the scene. You can't imagine what that did to my singing voice.
That's awful.
Then he climbs to the top of the tower, tearing my hair out in the process, mind you. He starts to speak, causing me about a keel over.
What was the matter?
Let's just say the guy really needed some Tic Tacs.
No.
Yes, and they expected me to kiss him.
No!
Yes, and when I refused to pucker up, this pathetic excuse for a prince just sat at the bottom of my tower for the next 3 days, waiting for me to change my mind. My word, it felt like he was stalking me.
Well, that's quite a story.
And that's the end.
That's the end?
Duh.
We're done?
Yes, I'd say our business is finished here. I need some time to call Rachel and give her a piece of my mind. But I'll tell you what, I'll have my people call your people and we'll do lunch. Ta-ta.
Well, I had no idea working with fairy tale superstars could be so challenging.
Maybe it would help if I tried something with a larger cast. And no divas. Ah, here's one. The Three Little Pigs. Once upon a time, there was an old mother pig who had 3 little pigs. Since she couldn't afford to keep them all at home, she sent them off to seek their fortunes. The first little pig set off and met a man with a bundle of straw.
Oh boy, I keep telling them I'm allergic to straw.
Really? You have hay fever?
Definitely. If I get within a mile of it, my eyes start to itch, I start to sneeze, and I can't breathe.
That bad, huh?
Yup, but that's the breaks. You can keep reading. I'm pretty sure I brought my antihistamines with me today.
Okay, I'll try to read this next part really quickly. So the first little pig met the man with a bundle of straw and asked if he could use them to build a house.
Achoo!
And he built a house. Presently, a wolf came along, knocked on the door, and said,
Little pig, let me in.
to which the pig replied,
Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. Hey, what's a chinny chin chin anyways? Could it be a symptom of a serious disease? Because my weakened immune system can't afford to catch anything like that.
Why, my dear fellow, I've never even considered what a chin might be, but I do know all this huffiness taking a dreadful toll on my asthma.
You have asthma and you still want to be on the cast as the big bad wolf?
It was the role I was born to play, and I'm willing to suffer for my art.
May I continue?
Yeah, I guess.
Oh yes, so certainly.
So the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down.
Sorry, old chum.
Don't worry about it. At least I'll be put out of my misery.
I guess we better move on to the second little pig. The second little pig was busy building a house of straw.
Please tell me why I'm always stuck working with the heaviest props. My back is killing me.
I don't think that's what it says here. Oh. And when she needed more sticks, she asked the stick merchant.
Please give me the lightest sticks out of the pile so I can build a house.
I don't think that's what it says here.
I'm ad-libbing. I'm not spending another $300 at the chiropractor this month.
Okay. I suppose I detail won't matter so much to the story. Then came along a wolf who said,
Little pig, let me in.
to which the pig replied,
Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin. Unless you're willing to come in and help me lift these sticks into place.
hey, that's not what it says here. That would definitely change the story if you invited the wolf in.
Okay. Let him huff and puff and blow the house down so I can go lie on a heating pad.
Well, you could just go. We'll skip over that part. The wolf's asthma is taking the huffing out of his puffing anyway.
Thanks. I feel another spasm coming on.
Sure you are, good fellow. Just as well. My cholesterol counts up and the doctor says I need to cut down on bacon.
I see. I still have to read about the third little pig, though.
Ah, yes. Carry on.
Third little pig set off to seek his fortune and met a man with a pile of bricks. He asked if he could use them to build a house.
Ugh, I can't possibly build anything right now. I'm so depressed.
Oh my.
I can't sleep. I can't eat. I'm certainly not going to tackle some large-scale creative project. Besides, I'm on a time crunch. My therapy session starts in about 15 minutes.
What do we do now?
Quite simple, my dear storyteller. The pig and I will take our bows.
Okay, I suppose that's all we can do at this point.
Thank you. You've been a wonderful audience. I wouldn't be surprised if this performance seals my nomination for the Tony.
Yeah, I bet it will. Well, we'll see. Oh, brother, maybe that fairy tale should be called The Three Hypochondriacs and the Big Bad Actor. No matter, I'd better just pick another fairy tale. Let's see. Not that one. Let's go with this one. Hansel and Gretel. I doubt we'll have any trouble with this one. Once upon a time, at the edge of a deep, dark forest.
Stay behind me, Gretel. I'll protect you.
Hansel, you do realize there aren't any dangerous animals in this forest, right?
Wrong, sis. I've spotted more than a few chipmunks that look like they mean business here.
I just can't believe you brought a spear, of all things.
That and an extra pair of socks is everything a real man needs.
Oh, I see. No survival kit, no flashlight, no food.
Of course not. I thought you were bringing that stuff. What's in your purse anyway?
Just the essentials.
Which are?
My wallet, my car keys, tissues, my favorite tube of lip gloss, a tube mascara, a brush, my cell phone, even though there's no coverage here.
How in the world did you fit all that in there? And you didn't bring any snacks?
Oh, I see. The girl's supposed to bring the food, right?
Oh, you know I didn't mean it like that. I'm just starved.
You're always hungry, but you're in luck. I may have a pack of peanuts somewhere in here.
Oh, that would be awesome. How about some beef jerky? You got in your bag? Some cheese puffs?
Excuse me.
Yes?
Yes?
I'm just supposed to be looking for a house made completely out of candy in the middle of the forest.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
So, shall I continue with the story?
Yeah, I'm dying for something to eat here.
You're not dying, Hansel. We just left the house like 3 minutes ago.
Exactly. A guy's got to keep his strength up.
Oh, give me a break.
Hey, you aren't hungry because you picked out on strawberry flapjacks this morning.
Hey, how do you know this were multi-grain pancakes topped with a light and delicious berry compote? They were healthy.
And the whipped cream.
A girl's gotta live.
Excuse me.
Yes?
The candy house, the witch, the bread trail out of the forest. Shouldn't we be getting on with the story?
Oh, yes, you're right.
Hey, what was that?
What? Where?
I thought I saw something.
Something
Yeah, something big and hairy.
big and hairy?
I should go investigate.
Don't leave me! All I have is a pair of tweezers to defend myself.
Oh, so now who wishes she had a spear?
Yeah. Just remember, I have a food supply.
I'll hardly qualify one measly bag of peanuts as a food supply.
Hey, they're going to taste a whole lot better than that pair of socks you brought.
Excuse me.
What?
Are you ever going to go look for the candy house, or shall I just move on to another fairy tale?
Well, I'd be happy to start gnawing on some walls made out of gingerbread, but I can never seem to find that darn place.
That's because you're never willing to stop and ask for directions.
And who am I going to ask in the deep, dark forest?
You could ask me. I know where the house is, and when I was visiting the witch the other day.
Hold on. You've been having friendly visits with the witch who's tried to throw me in her oven?
Oh, you know she never really means it like that.
She doesn't mean to cook me like a Thanksgiving turkey.
Of course not. You're so dramatic.
I'm dramatic. This comes from the girl who burst into tears because she couldn't find a pair of shoes.
Hey, I'll have you know those were my favorite pair. They go with everything, and they're comfortable. These are killing me.
Why are you wearing those to go traipsing around in the forest?
Someone has to demonstrate some fashion sense.
Excuse me.
Yes.
It's time for me to move on to another fairy tale.
You want us to go?
Already?
Yes, please.
Well, fine with me. Come on, Gretel, we're out of here.
Yes. My feminine intuition says it's time to go.
Hey, when we get back home, do you think that feminine intuition can make me a pastrami sandwich?
Ooh, all right. I'm not ready to give up yet. Sure, there's been some arguing, complaining, and incredibly irritating behavior so far, but I'm not throwing in the towel. There are more fairy tales here, and I intend to find one that I can finish. In fact, I think it's time for me to read my very favorite. Oh, figures. I might have even had a little crush on the main character. So it's time to read Jack and the Beanstalk. Once upon a time, there was a boy named Jack who lived with his mother. Actually, he was a very handsome young man. Jack's mother knew he was the sweetest, most charming boy who ever lived. Jack was helpful and sweet and always made sure his mother had everything she needed.
Other work! Be crazy!
Jack?
Yeah, what did you want?
Oh, nothing. I just thought...
Thought what, huh? Thought I liked Lamb, my mother? Are you kidding me? She's so bossy. She makes me milk the cows, feed the goats, repair the fence, clip her toenails. I'm always running around doing some stupid chore, and I don't even have my own car yet, and I'm the star of my own fairy tale.
Oh, Jack, surely you don't mind doing things for your mother. It's clear from the story that you're helpful and kind and sweet.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, I saw your interview on YouTube the other night, and I thought you were so funny when the host asked you about...
You sure do talk a lot for a storyteller. Why don't you just read the story? That's your job, isn't it?
Oh, yes, of course. But can I just mention that I have a poster of you in my room? Maybe if I brought it in, you could, I don't know, sign it?
Sure, kid.
Okay, back to your story. One day, Jack went to sell the family's cow, and on the way, he met a farmer.
Yeah, everyone knows this part. I give the farmer a stinky cow, and he gives me some magical beans, yada, yada, yada. Mom throws a conniption fit and throws the beans out the window, yada, yada, a stupid beanstalk grows.
That reached up to the sky, and you bravely decided to climb.
Yeah, I climb all the way up there, and all I see is this dumb giant living in a stupid castle.
And then you see a way to save yourself and your mother from poverty.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that part. I started stealing things right out from under that giant big, ugly nose. That was pretty cool.
Yes, but it was for a good cause, of course.
You bet. I'm buying a Ferrari.
That's what you're doing with the money you got from selling the magic farm and the Henley golden eggs?
Yup, it's only a matter of time, and I'll finally have my own set of wheels.
And what about your mother?
What about her?
Don't you intend to spend some of the money on her?
Are you kidding me? She's on her own.
So, let me get this straight. You still live at home, you sold a cow for some mysterious means, you stole high-dollar items without any remorse, and you tend to leave your mother penniless to fend for herself?
Yeah, got a problem?
Yeah, a big one. I don't like you anymore.
Oh, boo-hoo, get over it, sweetheart.
You're just not very nice.
Who says I have to be nice, huh? I'm a star.
Well, I plan on telling everyone what you're really like, because you're certainly not the sweet, helpful, kind young man who's in Jack and the Beanstalk.
Hey now.
I bet there are plenty of directors who would like to know about your bad attitude, and I think the local authorities would like to know about things you've stolen, and I know for a fact there are plenty of parents who would never want to read a story to their child about a selfish thief who couldn't care less about his mother.
Hold on.
And one more thing.
What?
I'm taking your poster down.
Oh, now why would you go and do a thing like that?
You need to clean up your act, or I'll make sure you never find work in this town again.
All right. I'll place the cow.
And?
And I'll return the things I stole off that stupid giant.
And? What was that?
I'll be nice to Ma.
Well, now, that's better.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Well, I never expected a storyteller to fall in love with one of the characters. A poster, of all things. Oh, never mind. Let's move on. The Princess and the Pea. Well, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't a pea, but a rutabaga or something. Once upon a time, there was a king and queen who had a son who was ready for marriage. And since he was a prince, they needed to find a true princess. But true princesses were very hard to find. The king and queen looked all over.
Now what were they looking for again?
Yes, what was it we're looking for?
A princess?
Really? Is that how the story goes? I'd forgotten.
And all this time I thought we were looking for someone's contact.
No, you're both looking for a princess.
All right then, let's find a princess.
Yes, let's.
Don't you remember you invited a ton of princesses to your castle?
We have? And they can't be that hard to find if we invited a bunch over.
Ooh, a party? I love parties.
No, it's not a party you're having. You've come up with a test to determine who's a true princess.
We have?
Ooh, games? I love games.
It's not, well, yeah, I guess it sort of is a game. You stack a bunch of mattresses up on top of each other, and then you place a tiny pea beneath them all.
So we need a pile of mattresses and a pea.
That's correct.
Where in heaven are we going to find a pea?
Maybe there's one around here, darling. Let's look.
That's not it, no.
What about this?
No, that's contact.
Is this a pea?
You know they grow on gardens, right? So,
Is
like,
this a pea?
look at a garden. No, that's not a pea.
What is this a
That's a lot of tissue.
We really don't hire janitors around here.
No, that's a splinter. I'd throw that away if no one wants to get hurt.
Should we hire janitors? We need to hire janitors, don't we?
Shall I get the door?
Yeah, probably.
Hello. Who are you?
I forgot my line.
You're supposed to say you're a princess.
That's right. I'm a princess.
That's nice, dear.
With a door, my darling.
It's a princess.
Really? What does she want?
What do you want?
What do I want?
You're here to sleep on a pile of mattresses.
That's right. Yeah, I'm here to sleep on a pile of mattresses.
Okay.
But darling, we haven't found that key yet.
Oh. That's right. I'm sorry, my dear. You're gonna have to wait until we find that pea that's supposed to go under all those mattresses.
Wait, you're not supposed to tell her about that pea.
I'm not?
No, she can't be a true princess unless she wakes up the next morning and complains about feeling a lump under all those mattresses.
Rocky, you can't be serious.
So you're telling me she can't be a true princess if she's fussy, whiny, and oversensitive? That's a bad message to send out to little girls.
Huh, I never thought about it like that. What's the point of this fairy tale again?
Beats me.
I haven't the slightest idea.
So, should I go to sleep now or wait for them to find some pea?
I think we should all just go.
That's a relief. You're telling me. I haven't had the slightest clue of what was going on since the very beginning.
You're not the only one, my dear.
You know, some of these fairy tales are rather strange, aren't they? I mean, children being shoved into ovens and talking homeless pigs, they don't really make a lot of sense. And I have to admit, this next one has really confused me. Little Red Riding Hood. How can a little girl possibly mistake a wolf for a grandmother? Like, wolves have big ears. Grandmothers don't. Grandmothers wear nightgowns. Wolves don't. And wolves have a massive amount of hair. Grandmothers don't. And I have to admit that wolves are nothing like grandmothers. And they have big, giant teeth. And grandmothers don't have really big teeth. And wolves have really long, like, snouts. And grandmothers don't. And yeah. What are some other ones? Huh. Oh, no.
It's quite simple, really.
Oh, hello, Little Red Riding Hood.
I prefer Miss Hood.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Miss Hood, did you say you can explain your fairy tale?
Of course. I'm happy to set up a meeting to go over the plot with you. But for now, shall we just begin?
Oh, yes. Once upon a time, there was a girl named Little Red Miss Hood. Miss Hood was walking through the forest to go visit her grandmother.
One moment. I can't possibly squeeze this visit in until next week. Shall I schedule it for Tuesday?
You're sure you can't visit your grandmother today?
No, definitely not. I have to be in court later today to defend a witch against attempted murder.
You're a lawyer?
I prefer a criminal defense attorney.
I see. Well, I'm not sure what...
One moment. I need to take this call. Miss Hood speaking. Yes. I need to speak with my client. But frankly, we're not interested in a plea bargain. No, that's fine. Goodbye.
Something wrong?
Oh, nothing I haven't dealt with before. Fairy tale law enforcement believes me, my client, the wolf, has some information they need. They've offered him a lighter sentence if he chooses to snitch on a witch.
I thought you were defending a witch.
No, that's today. This case was about a different call. The wolf from my own fairy tale.
You're defending the wolf that ate your grandmother?
No, there is absolutely no evidence to prove such a charge.
So your grandmother is alive and well.
That information is confidential.
And the wolf has information about the witch and Hansel and Gretel?
No, wrong witch. They're interested in the witch from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
I'm confused.
It's quite simple, really.
That's exactly what you said about your own fairy tale, but I still don't understand how a little girl can possibly mistake a wolf for a grandmother.
Objection. There is no solid evidence to prove that the wolf is in grandmother's bed wearing her nightgown at the time of the incident.
But that's how the story goes.
Yes, but I intend to remind the jury that the bedroom was dark, that bed was positioned in the far corner, and grandmother is known to have a very deep voice, unusually large ears, and I might add, quite a bit of facial hair.
So you can prove the wolf's innocence?
For $400 an hour, absolutely.
But isn't there a conflict of interest since you're Little Red Riding Hood and you're in the story?
It's Miss Hood, and there's no fairy tale law which prohibits me from defending someone who I'm acquainted, and I'm under no obligation to take the stand against my own client.
So the wolf will surely be found innocent.
And another fairy tale villain will be exonerated.
Huh. Frankly, I'm confused of all the legal ins and outs here.
It's quite simple, really. One moment, I need to take this call.
By all means.
Miss Hood speaking. Yes. What are the charges? Did he stay in the pond the entire time? Did he threaten her anyway? Yes, of course. I'll take the case. That's fine. Goodbye.
Let me guess, the Frog Prince wants you to defend him against harassment charges.
Excellent summation.
And we don't have time to finish this fairy tale.
I'm afraid not. But here's my case. You're in need of a good lawyer. Give me a call.
Well, I certainly hope I never have to actually call her. I wouldn't think as the storyteller I would get into any sort of legal trouble, but I guess you never know.
Who are you?
I'm the storyteller.
Not.
I doubt it.
You don't sound like the storyteller.
You don't look like the storyteller.
You don't act like the storyteller.
Well, that's because I'm a substitute.
Is that right?
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm narrating today. What are your names?
Well, I'm Grumpy. This here is Sleepy. The one yawning over there is Sneezy. The one with the glasses is Dopey. And there's Bashful and Doc.
And who am I?
You're happy, of course.
Somehow I don't believe that. But anyways, those are the Disney names for the dwarves. They're not in the original story I'm trying to tell today.
All right. But hey, what's the big rush? Our last storyteller let us have a 2-hour break. Ain't that right, fellas?
Somehow I don't believe that.
Well, I hope you know a good lawyer, because we can report you to the FTAU if we don't get our break.
The FTAU? Well, it just so happens I do. But for heaven's sake, take your break, and then we should definitely get started.
All right. But hey, after break, it's snack time.
Snack time?
Yep, that's right. Our last storyteller brought in all kinds of snacks. What are you thinking this time, fellas? I'm thinking some banana cream pie.
Sounds good to me.
I want some vanilla pudding.
Popcorn with extra butter.
Too much sugar for me. I'd like salad sticks with peanut butter.
Cheese and crackers, please.
I don't want a snack. I want lunch.
Hold on. It's hard for me to believe that after a 2-hour break, I have to provide you with pies, puddings, and peanut butter.
Well, you better believe it, because after that, it's nap time.
What?
Yep, that's right. It says it right there in our contracts.
Well, maybe I should just start with your story. Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. That'll sort out the names.
It's nap time, actually, if you haven't noticed.
Sounds good to me.
Lovely.
Yeah, all the seasons make me exhausted. They say a mid-afternoon nap is the key to good health. Nighty-night.
I'm not tired.
Wake up.
Boys, get up this minute.
Snow White?
Yes, I'm Snow White. Are you the substitute storyteller?
Yes.
Ah, I see. Well, let me give you some advice. These dwarves need a firm hand. They need discipline. They need to know who's boss. Especially this one.
You mean Grumpy?
Oh, you didn't fall for that, did you? This year's Happy, who's always very happy to see how much mischief he can get into.
I'm not surprised to hear that.
So sorry. You need to set boundaries, storyteller, and stick to them. These dwarves will walk all over you like a bath mat if they sense any wishy-washiness on your part.
I see.
Well, that's enough work for today. I'll march them right home, put them to work, and we can try again tomorrow.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
You're quite welcome.
Hi ho, it's off to work we go.
Let's review so far what we've had so far in the story. First, we started with Cinderella, and then let me find it. Then we moved to Rapunzel, and then the Three Little Pigs, where they were talking about some insurance claims or something. Then the story of Hansel and Gretel and Jack and the Beanstalk. Then we moved to The Princess and the Pea, where they were forgetting their lines. That was pretty weird. And then Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs and Little Red Riding Hood. But let's move on. I'm suddenly feeling very tired, but I don't know why. It's not like I've been doing much reading though. I haven't been able to finish a fairy tale yet, and I haven't gotten past the words once upon a time. They're gonna fire me for sure, so I have to give it one last ditch effort. Here we go. Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time, there was a little girl named Goldilocks who loved to wander through the forest.
Do I have to
Do you have to what?
wander through the forest? It'll be dark soon, and there are some very scary things out there. I'm just filling in for a friend today, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
It's okay, you're only going to the house of the Three Bears.
What? 3 bears?
It's okay, they're not home.
Okay.
Can I continue now?
Yes.
When Goldilocks reached the house, she walked inside and spotted 3 chairs. She climbed up into Papa Bear's chair, which was extremely tall.
Oh no.
What?
I'm afraid of heights.
Come on, it wasn't that tall.
But I'm already feeling dizzy and I was just thinking about it.
I'm just gonna move on.
All right.
Goldilocks then sat in Mama Bear's chair, which was too soft.
Oh no, that's no good. I get lost in polo furniture like that. Once you sat down, it's so hard to get back up again.
Maybe, but then you sat in Baby Bear's chair, and it was just right. Until you busted it.
What? Was I hurt?
No, you were fine. You just picked yourself up, and you were fine.
Okay.
Then Goldilocks went into the kitchen and saw 3 bowls of porridge. She tried Papa Bear's porridge, but it was too hot.
Did I burn my tongue?
No, don't worry. Then she tried a spoonful of Mama Bear's porridge, but it was too cold.
Oh, well I guess that's not so bad.
See, you can handle this. Then she tried Baby Bear's porridge, and it was just right.
Oh, nothing really bad has happened so far.
You're right, and I might just be able to finish a fairy tale after all. Can I keep going?
Oh yes, I'm fine.
Great. Then she went into the bedroom where she saw 3 beds.
I bet I know what happens.
She sat in Papa Bear's bed.
But it was too hard.
She sat in Mama Bear's bed.
But it was too soft.
Right. Finally, she lay in Baby Bear's bed.
And it was just
right. Okay, work with me here. You're doing great. If I can just get through this last part, then I can...
Rah!
Oh, I can't believe it.
What is something I said? Did I come in too late?
I was this close.
Huh?
The end is in sight. But I am the story. storyteller, I'm so sorry to tell you that. Yes, there's something wrong. I just heard so much whining and complaining and objecting and forgetting that. No, everything is not okay. I just don't have what it takes to do this job. I just need to quit. Wait, really? Well, I guess I did do that, but this job is just not what I expected. Well, I guess I can stay. Do you really think that I can do this? Really? Well, maybe if I had some sort of assurance that we were all in this together. If I knew that once I started these fairy tales that there would be an ending, a resolution, a conclusion, and a wrapping up of things. I'd really like to know what happens after Once Upon a Time.
It's quite simple, really.
Really?
They all live happily ever after.
Oh, of course. And hey, how do you like the sound of that?